Oops. So low. There we go. That's slightly better. Okay. Hello, SolarLune here. How's everything going for everybody? Hope it's going good. I'm dumb tired. I've been tired for the past couple of weeks, essentially. I didn't ask for this. Yeah, I've been tired for the past few weeks, so I'm a little low energy. So today is going to be a short stream, maybe just an hour or something like that. Rather than not streaming, I figured, well, let me at least try to do something. Let me try to do some work, get something done. Yeah, that's dumb loud. Okay. This is fine. All right, so let's see where we left off. That's right, that's right, that's right. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try things a little differently here. I feel like something that might help me is to maybe approach this from the perspective of making individual plane objects that add up to terrain. So I'm going to try that. Cursor to Ziotic says, what project is this? This is the same project that I've been working on. I just came up with an actual direction. So basically it's well, you can look at the previous stream to see what it's about in detail, but it's essentially like hold on. There we go. It's essentially like a I'm trying to think of what even to call this. It's essentially like you're stuck in a rest stop. So you're stuck at a rest stop on a, you know, public road or like a highway or something. It's misty and you're just kind of exploring the space. I didn't want to just like do a standard liminal space game where it's like, oh, let's just put in some, you know, PS1 rendering plus some liminal space areas or something like that. You know, some commonly, you know, common, you know, liminal space areas. I wanted to like make something myself and make something that was kind of like unique. So that's the idea. So we'll see how this goes. We want this. Okay, so we'll do something like this. Oh, it needs to be solid. It needs to be how much? There we go. Okay. I feel like I can extend the draw distance a little bit. It feels a little shallow. But the frame time's good. Frame time is looking pretty good. There we go. Okay, so this is pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can extend the draw distance a little bit. Let's say we clip it at 45 instead. So I'm standing from here. That's pretty good. But the frame time's kind of high with this much draw distance. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. What's the 2? Okay. There we go. Just want to make sure I have the right name for this. What is it? Brick. What's the texture for the ground? Is this one? There we go. Let me think here. Could do it that way. I guess I'll just do it this way. No, it needs to be... Well, I guess, yeah, I could just do it this way. Actually, not this one. There we go. Zylex says, I like the fog effect, gives me Silent Hill vibes. Is this your custom engine? Yeah, that's correct. This is my custom engine. Gotta turn on collision on this thing. There we go. Yeah, now we can't go through. Okay. Okay. Let's see, what's this? Auto subdevices. Oops. Sorry. Okay, just wanted to see if this works. There we go, that's better. Okay, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Let's see. Let me... Master plan. Why the texture distortion when looking at faces from certain angles is because this is a non-perspective corrected renderer. Tetra 3D it doesn't do perspective corrected rendering, so the textures just distort the more the polygon distorts. We can make this a little nicer then. Might also be good. Let me see. Hold on. I want to see if I can. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it doesn't draw properly. Although this does look pretty good. Yeah, I think it's got to do with atlasing. Not sure if I can do something like... Yeah, that doesn't fix the issue. I kind of feel like I do like it when the filtering is linear though. It feels like the texture being blurry does assist with the distortion. It's not as noticeable. This the texture being invisible is, I believe, due to atlasing. Like basically the texture is on an atlas, and I think this is a bug in Ebiton, but I'm not positive. I'm not sure exactly why it's happening, but it's definitely happening. And I'm pretty sure it's not like it happens when linear filtering is on, so that's annoying. But I do like linear filtering for this. It feels like for first person games, it's a very like, it helps out. It helps out a lot. Let's see. Latest version of Ebiton 2.4.18. Well, let me see. Check for upgrades. What have I done? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. We can try upgrading this. Lucretia says, "What up, Solar? What's up? Hello." Paz Pazarino says, "Any reason for this kind of texture being worse than what you had on the other scene?" I don't know what you mean by worse. I don't think updating it will fix it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's still going to be an issue. I wonder why. Mip mapping issue? Could be. Crystal is basically done for working on Windows. Pretty neat, finally. Thank goodness. That's cool. It took a while for that to happen. It took a pretty good amount of time. But that's good, because Crystal was looking like a great language a few years ago. Still looks like a great language. Anything that's fast and expressive is great. Okay, what I want to do is I want to see if I can reproduce this in Tetra 3D's example scene. I think that would be good if I could try to do that. Let's see. What's the issue here? Smaller version of the texture, but it's stretching it over the whole face. It isn't. That could be the case. I need something that has a texture in it. Worlds? No. Shapes. Yeah, these are textures. Okay. All right, so we'll see if this works. If we can reproduce it here. If we go to main.go and shapes. Actually, I guess we'll have to alter this here when we load the texture. Hmm. This is correct. Yeah, this is how it should look. Sorry that's flashing. I apologize. I'm trying to... Yeah, it doesn't seem to depend on fog. That's correct. Hmm. Does that have to do by the number of objects drawing at any given time? That's what I'm referring to. You see by worse, I mean aggressive on the warping. That's not the problem I'm looking at. How aggressive the warping is depends on how many triangles the object has. The more triangles it has, the less aggressive the warping is. Like you can see, there's more triangles on this mesh here than is necessary to represent the mesh in its silhouette. That's why it's the warping isn't that bad here compared to how bad it could be. Like if this triangle was from here to here, it would be warping much more aggressively. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's so... What is this problem? I know there was some issues with linear textures. Let me see if I can look it up. Linear filtered textures. Filter for smooth edges. That's not the problem. I'm not sure. Could it be map related? Hmm. I wonder if it's the shader. I wonder if it's got to do with distance. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what could be the cause of this. The music and the visuals are giving me cognitive dissonance. I'm not sure. I can't even really reproduce it. I know that this happens, but I can't really reproduce it for other, like create a reproducible thing. I think because it would require Tetra 3D too heavily. I need to basically draw a triangle using Ebiton only. That would like showcase the issue. I'll have to think about that another time, I guess. For now, let's just go back to nearest filtering. Let's see. This is the right size, I believe, for the sidewalk. Subdivide well. Maybe the game shouldn't be first person. I mean, like that's a cheap way out, but that would kind of I mean, like most PS1 games weren't first person. Okay, let's lean into the limitations. Let's lean into the limitations of the medium. Let's say this is no longer a first-person game. Okay. Okay. So if we said we didn't want this to be a first-person game, then we would do something like this. Wait a second, this can be visible for now. This can move back. I just gotta move some stuff around here. LOD to render close objects. I don't want to have to do that. Well, that wouldn't really help with the with individual objects. It would help. I mean, like, it would help with individual objects, not big objects, which is really what you would use it for. Like, it's fine for like a tree turning into a 2D sprite at a distance, but at close range, you need a building to, you know, I would have to construct a building out of individual blocks, essentially. Which, I mean, I guess I could do. That might have a little bit of a vibe, actually. Hold on, let me think some more. Excuse me. Let me see. I'm trying to see what like some first person PS1 games were. Descent. So these textures are linear. They're not nearest. Yeah, there's definitely no like there's the textures aren't perspective correct, but the shearing still isn't nearly as bad. So that's something we do need to fix. That's not part of the PS1 aesthetic. It is a problem. Yeah. So I think what we need to do is we need to take a triangle. Look up Echo Knight. Let's see. FromSoft. Yeah, it definitely feels like there's like the textures skew, of course, but they're not nearly as aggressive. I think that the reason why they're aggressive is because the way an alter ego says, "Hey, SolarLune, hello." I think the reason why they're aggressive is because I'm not clipping the triangles. Maybe that's why. That must be why. So I have to clip the triangles. I didn't want to do it because I feel like it would be too slow. But basically, like, let's say you have a triangle. Let's say this is your why is this? Okay, let's say this is your camera. It's like 16:3 or something. But let's say this is your camera. Let's say this is a triangle, right? So it's skewing towards the bottom left corner as you get closer. Once it goes down here, the triangle is like this, which means that the texture is also bending really aggressively down here, right? So if something was, let's say, in the very corner of the triangle, otherwise, let's say it was, let's say there's a red dot at the upper right corner of this triangle. When you get closer, that red dot's going to become like this. It's going to bend down left. Is that what this audio kind of started degrading? I don't know what's... Whoa. Whoa, hold on. Okay. A bit of skewing is normal if you have very big faces, especially if they're only made of two triangles. The problem even modern games have. It's just regular UE skewing. Well, it's not just that the triangles are skewing. It's that you're stretching. I don't know. I feel like basically in this example, let's take this example where there's a red dot at the upper corner of this triangle. If the triangle is drawing really far down because you're getting close, so the camera is getting close, the triangle draws basically past the triangle to the left. I guess this would be a more accurate kind of representation of that. Like that, then you get this result where the dot is skewing, whereas it should cut the triangle like this. So it's you're drawing two triangles instead, like one triangle like this, 1, 2, 3, and another triangle like this, 1, 2, 3. And by doing that, I feel like that would solve the affine That would solve the skewing, because we're not skewing the triangle drawing in 3D. That's the problem, I feel like. Oh, my browser's kind of tripping. Hold on. There we go. Do you know how to render a skybox in a handmade software renderer? I can render shapes by defining vertices, but I don't know how to render a skybox background. If you can render shapes, then you can render a skybox. A skybox is just a shape. So basically you render the size of the skybox, right? That creates the skybox. You do it from a camera that you sync to the normal camera. So the in-game camera is doing whatever it's doing, and then you take its rotation and copy it to the skybox camera, and then draw the skybox. The skybox is drawn first, and then you draw the rest of the game scene. That's how you do it. So yeah, we got to do something about this skewing. I guess I have to. I'm not sure what I can do though. Because I'm pretty sure if the triangles were clipped, it would draw them properly. Okay, so that's my theory. So let's see if we can test this somehow. I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but this is important. So let's see if we can do it. So when we go to transform a model, I need something I need some thinking music for this. This is thinking music. All right, so this is not thinking music. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so the issue kind of arises because we need to basically separate triangles that are rendered from triangles that we end up rendering. Because if we go to render a triangle, it can split into different pieces. Is a skybox we see the inside of a spherical mesh. It doesn't need to be spherical. It could be a box. That's why, you know, like skybox, it could be a box. It doesn't have to be a sphere. Gear and throwback for the nostalgia. I'll play some gear and music, sure. So we transform the vertices, that's fine. That's all good, I guess. We don't have to do anything with that. It kind of comes to when we go to clip the triangles here. Would upping the resolution help in any way, like 640 by 480? Making the game have a higher resolution doesn't help. It wouldn't change the fundamental problems. For example, like the way the rendering works is incorrect. Alter Ego says, is it just a shape wrapped around the scene though? It can be, but it depends on how you, like, if it's a handmade renderer, then what you're doing is rendering the skybox first, and then you're rendering the rest of the game. They don't have to be in the same scene. You know, how you do that is up to you. You can put them in the same scene and make your, you know, draw distance insane, or you can just draw the skybox first and then draw the rest of the game scene. It's up to you. It's been 5 years. A developer Let's Play would be sick. Nah, that game's trash, dude. Gieren's trash, in my opinion. So, like, if we go here and then we go to player, camera, we make it like 1920 by 1080. That wouldn't change the problem with the game. Like, high definition doesn't change how it skews. Although this does have an aesthetic too. It feels very Unity 3D. like not it, you know, not in a bad way. I mean, like, this feels like just an ordinary 3D game, which is kind of wild. Like, if you didn't know how I was doing this, you might assume I made this in Unity or Unreal or something. Except for the skewing, of course. But yeah, the skewing still happens regardless of resolution. It's because I'm not sure why it's happening. I feel like it's because we're not cutting the triangles. We're not what's the word? Clipping the triangles properly. Let me see. Is there a fast triangle clipping algorithm? The Sutherland-Hodgman algorithm is an algorithm for clipping polygons. It works by extending each line of the convex clip polygon in turn. It's like only verses from the subject polygon that are on the visible side. Do you understand the derivation of the perspective projection and matrix? No. Don't ask me what math questions in just pure words. Do I understand the derivation? Oh, do you mean like how the perspective projection matrix is derived, how it's created? The answer is still no, but now I understand your question. I mean, like, it's math, dude. I don't know. I mean, like, fundamentally, we still need to clip the triangles at some point, I believe. Is it possible that we don't have to clip the triangles? Hold on, let me think. Let me cook. I'm kind of understanding what's going on. I don't either. It's the one step in the rendering pipeline I can't get my head around. Well, congratulations to be able to do that much, because yeah, there's different parts of the rendering process that I don't get with the 3D renderer, where it's just like, you know, the creation of the matrix. I mean, it's just math. Like, it's just, these are the formulas you use to create the matrix. I don't understand it. I just can use it. And there's other things that are kind of like difficult to understand. Yeah, so fundamentally, I'm pretty sure the issue here is, like, when we do this, the triangle extends way down here, basically off screen. So that's why the UV is so jacked up, is because, you know, from the camera's perspective, the triangle goes like this here, and here it goes like this, like from here down to here and then back. and it skews more aggressively as we get it closer, get the vertices closer to the corner. So if we want to avoid that, I don't even know if clipping the triangles would help. What do we want to happen? Maybe we could limit how aggressively it goes. Let me see something. Hold on. What am I looking for? Model? No, maybe not model. Camera. Clip. I wonder if we could limit the skewing. I'm just trying to imagine how this would work. So, like, let's say the letter A is written here on the side of the box. As we turn the camera like this, the A should be like that, right? That's what's happening. How do we avoid skewing? How does the PS1 do it? Maybe you can limit it by narrowing the field of view. It would still happen. It just wouldn't be as obvious. I mean, like, it would still be obvious. It just wouldn't be as aggressive. Let's see. Textures, PS1, it looks like this. Yeah, it's locked. Lack of a depth buffer, warped textures. At high angles, textures often look warped at high angles relative to the camera. There are two reasons this. Okay, there are two reasons this is happening. The first is actually to alleviate clipping. Clipping on the PS1 occurs per primitive rather than per pixel. So if you have large polygons close to the camera, it'll be quite visible that they've disappeared. The second reason, of course, is to alleviate warped texture issues. If you have more polygons, then there are fewer pixels where you must interpolate the texture coordinates, and so the less warped it will be. I've not yet implemented my PS1 renderer again because it does not contribute enough to the look considering the work involved in implementing it. Geometry tessellation. always used on terrain, buildings, and other large objects, but barely on characters and props since this was not necessary. That's a good question. I mean, that's okay. Okay, well, how would, let's see, dynamic geometry. PS1. Dynamic tessellation. So maybe I just manually do it. Automatic tessellation, where new geometry is dynamically added to static objects based on their distance from the camera. Because of this, texture warping is a lot less common in execution. Difficult to do in modern engines, but a convincing way to simulate this is through level of detail, as suggested by Zyodic or Alter Ego. Who said that? Fez Pazarino. Where you have models of differing poly count based on distance to the player. PS1 does not true light, use vertex coloring. Breakout 3D. Baked lighting. Geometry accuracy. Okay. So that explains how the PS1 did it. So they didn't do anything special that I'm not doing. They just subdivided the triangle more times depending on how close the triangle was. So they didn't clip triangles, or I don't know if they clipped triangles or not, but in addition to clipping triangles, they subdivided triangles based on distance. Alter Ego says, "Are you still working on the her game?" Not really. I'm just, to be honest, not really. I'm kind of like paused on that. Lucretia says, "Do you have a favorite dessert snack?" What do you mean by dessert snack? Do you mean like a candy, or do you mean like a dessert, like ice cream? Okay, that explains some things. So if we have a triangle that's really close to the camera, we can subdivide this into an even triangle. It doesn't matter how we do it. We could just do it like this to make a triforce, an evenly subdivided triangle. So no matter how the triangle is set up, we can always subdivide it like this, using the midpoints of the triangle. Okay. So the new triangle, or we take the original triangle, test it to see if it's too close, and if so, we substitute it with 4 triangles. So this one triangle, the white triangle, becomes triangles 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that explains that. Okay. More like the mentioned LOD problem, but at reverse, you create detail as the triangle is close. Yeah, it's the same. It's a similar concept, I think. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay, that's this. Where is... Oh, I guess this is it. Let's see. So we clip the vertices. Okay. But we can't just use the vertices, the only the vertices that we're working with. Where's... Hold on. Hold up. There we go. Okay. All right. I thought about this a little bit. I had to get a well, not a napkin, but a Kleenex. I was a little sniffly, but I think what we want to do, I think we'll have to change up how this works. Or let me see, for each vertex index. For each vertex index. Each try for each vertex index. Okay, I see. Now that I know that that's how it works, I might implement this off camera, because now that I know, it's like, okay, basically the core concept is this: take a triangle, and when it gets too close, subdivide it as many times as necessary. So basically, I guess you transform all of the mesh, whatever that is, and then you loop through each triangle, and if it's too big, you subdivide it. Then you loop through, do it again until all the triangles are not too big, and then you render it. So yeah, that's it. So it's like right here, right after we do lighting, right after we process the vertices, but before we actually send it to be like clipped and stuff. And that should kind of get us there, right around here. Tessellation. Automatic tessellation. Okay, because then I can take it out of Blender. Then we don't have to automatically subdivide stuff. We can just tag it as being automatic subdivision, automatically tessellated, and then the renderer Tetra 3D will do it in real time, which is easy because we already know we're working working with triangles, and we already know we're going to subdivide them individually in stages. We don't have to move them. We don't have to calculate anything. We just have to say, make new triangles using the midpoints of the existing triangles that are too big. That's it. So that's pretty doable. That's pretty doable. PS1 style automatic tessellation. And that can be triggered or enabled or disabled per object, which is perfectly fine. And this should work better as well than my current approach, because my current approach was using edge loops, which is fine, but it's not consistent. Depending on the shape of the object, you may not be able to subdivide an edge loop, etc. Whereas subdividing a triangle should always be possible. And if you're subdividing triangles individually rather than in a mesh, that's always feasible. Subdividing it in a mesh, it has to match up with the other triangles, the mesh flow of the rest of the mesh. Whereas subdividing an individual triangle before rendering it is just like, you're just saying, instead of drawing it like this, draw these like that. Yeah, that's doable. Okay, that gives me a lot more hope for this renderer, because I was like, I can't see like multiplying, texture, multiplying faces like this to this degree, and then on top of that, the approach I was taking was kind of like janky. It was kind of unreliable. It wasn't like always going to work. So I'm like, man, how am I going to get this to work? That explains a little bit. Okay. So going back to it now, I feel a little better. I feel like we don't have to change anything. This could be first person. I just need to subdivide triangles as they get close enough. And that might even be a lot faster than what I'm doing now, because what I'm doing now is subdividing all triangles all the time. As you can see, really, you just need these triangles around the player essentially to be subdivided. All of these out here don't need to be. So like, if this is a plane, then like, if we're standing on the plane, then or like if we're standing here, let's say, and this is a big plane, this plane can be subdivided, but the other planes don't have to be. The other ones can be fine. That should work well. That should work a lot better. All right, I feel really good. This might speed up Tetra 3D in terms of real world, usage considerably. All right, so I'm feeling a lot better about this. Feeling a lot better in general, actually. Yeah, I'm feeling dope. I'm not sure if I like this right click to look system. It feels a little weird. I don't know. We can. Oh, oops. Did it crash? It did, didn't it? Yep. Okay, so yeah, this feels feels better. Feels like I have an idea of what I'm gonna do here. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to improve the lighting a little bit because it feels a little plain. I don't remember how I don't know if I did disable lighting altogether or what. Let me see. I did not. Then why is this so dark? Okay, I see. Let's rotate it. Like that, there we go. That looks a little better. I don't think I want it to be super. We can make it this little blue. Give it a little bit of a otherworldly feel here. Oh, way too blue. Maybe we should have the light be white. And the world be slightly blue, but just a smidge. Nah. I suggested that because industry did a lot of that in the past, and nowadays I see that you can and should do the same thing for high quality terrain generation. Yeah, it definitely feels like this feels pretty good. It definitely feels like yeah, dynamic tessellation is important for this project. Yeah, that would help out a lot with this kind of stuff. I think. Like, I think basically the edges wouldn't be so aggressive if it's performant, which I think I should be able to get it to be performant. I just have to figure out, like, kind of tweak some. Once I get it working, I just have to tweak some numbers to, like, figure out at what distance is the triangle too close, at what distance is it too far, how do we determine the distance from the camera the triangle is. You know, is it more so about, I guess it's not so much about the distance from the camera the triangle is, but rather the overall distance that the triangle traverses in the camera's field of view. So, like, if the triangle is super small on screen, or I guess an example is this. Let's say this wall was one triangle from this corner here down to this corner here and across. It's like, if it's super close, then we can tessellate it. Yes, that's fine. Like, we would tessellate it. We would definitely want it tessellated here. But even if we were further back, we would still want it tessellated. Like, we still want it tessellated out here, because even at this distance, the texture would skew really heavily if it stayed a single polygon. So we want it to tessellate depending on essentially the distance from the corners that the triangle is, and take into account the distance from the camera, something like that. I'll figure it out. I don't know. We'll see. And maybe it's not that big of a deal because at distance, the skew is just not that heavy. Yeah. So maybe it depends on the distance, depending on the far near. I don't know. Don't you like to use air for live reload? I'm not sure what air is. I use reflex for reloading the code, and I just reload the entire scene if any of the assets change. That's how I do live reload. It'll be much better for performance since you can keep low poly as you planned and only on the closest faces you subdivide it. Yeah, that'll help out a lot because then we don't have to export 10 times the triangle count as is necessary to describe the mesh. So there's definitely upsides. I just have to implement it. But now that I know how it's done, it should be relatively simple. I kind of want pillars here, much like this guy. This feels good. Maybe we'll just extend this out. Something like this. Oh, I see. I was like, why is this doing this? Okay, we need to unwrap these separately. All right, let's do it like this. Project this from view. Project this from view, please. Thank you. It is, okay. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll stop there. And then we can push this back on the lot. Air is a program for live reload of Go projects. Oh, I didn't know. What did you say? You use it again? I use Go. Yeah, I had no idea. Let's see, bricks, carpet. Calling it create. Grounds. I'm gonna be a little cheeky on this. What? Stone corner. Nah. Why am I doing it in this view where I can't see anything? It has a little bit of a vibe. It kind of feels like a public library kind of place. Kind of like it. I kind of like it. I don't know why I like the pixely pillars, but it's just it has a little bit of a vibe. I don't know. It's just kind of dope. Let's make the pillars have like supports at the bottom. I guess I can do this a couple ways while doing like this. This is getting a little dope. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I need windows of some description. I don't know if I even like the brick section. Maybe, I mean, like, really, I'm just cribbing this design. I think the design is just really, really dope. It just feels really modern and really cool. I like the vertical windows too. So maybe I just need to spend time like actually designing the building instead of just leaving it in a half-finished state and being like, why doesn't it look good? Maybe it's because it's not finished. Let's grab these. And it will be so much easier to do this kind of stuff once I go full in on automatic tessellation, because then I'll be able to do like this kind of stuff without having to really worry about I guess I can just do it like this. I do it like this. There we go. There we go. Then I won't have to worry about like, actually let me just look in my texture pack. I need to find windows. I won't have to worry about like how this is gonna like have edge loops and stuff like that. I can just design the building. So now I'm thinking more so about a public library that it's kind of got that vibe now. Let me see, public library. Yeah. There we go. There we go. We want this guy. We want this example. Libraries tend to be well lit. They tend to have interesting architecture. I like this circular copy image link. I like this circular bro, how do you not know what something that ends in .png is? Okay. All right. Yeah, I like the general architecture here. Floor to ceiling windows are good. So we'll put maybe floor to ceiling windows maybe over here. So maybe we'll do something like, because yeah, this area is like kicked out a little bit. So maybe we'll kick it out here as well, like that. And then the area that's kicked out can have floor to ceiling windows maybe here in the center area. We can actually this. So maybe this will be Windowville, and then the centerpiece around will have windows on the top area. So let's see if we have a window texture. I think we do. I think I do. Let me see. Where is... Here we go. Modern window. I don't think we want objects, we want textures. But I do want to actually search for window. I don't have very many of these windows. That's pretty accurate. That also, yeah, that's pretty accurate. This is probably better. Where? Somebody's house or something. This is better. I think this could work. We could work with this. And we could also work with, we can open this with, whoops. Okay, well, we can open this with GIMP. And we could also work with maybe these. Nah. I don't know if I have like any. Do I have just glass? That might work. These might work. This one on the right might work. We'll open this with GIMP as well. Okay. So firstly, we're gonna probably put these on the same texture. Actually, maybe we just could use one texture for both. Maybe we could just use these glass blocks. What is it? Oh, that's a weird resolution. Let's see if we can get like can we get a 512 by 1024 and grasp at around this point, upper right corner. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna resize this because it's kind of big. Maybe we'll go for like 128 because it doesn't need to be that large. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. We will desaturate this so we can use whatever color we want. Maybe not that aggressively though. Not curves. Is it levels? No. Hue saturation. We won't mess with the lightness. We'll just tweak the hue. I mean the hue a little bit and the saturation. You know what? Let's just tweak the saturation. Not completely. We want a little bit of color. We might actually just use, it might not have mattered. We might, because actually I like the blue, the color tinting here. I don't want to lose that, so we're gonna just leave this alone. Actually, let's you know what? Yeah, we'll just leave it alone. This is fine. we'll just do something like this, and we'll put it into here. Yeah, we won't mess with it that much. This will be glass blocks. All right, so then we can assign this here. And here. There we go. All right, so how this is gonna work. There's actually, now that I think about it, a little bit of a mystery. I'm not sure how exactly I'm gonna do this. Because it doesn't loop. So maybe it would be better if we just made it loop. Now that I think about it. Maybe what we'll do, I guess, we'll just grab the blocks like this. Yeah, that way we can, yeah, there we go. Can I see the texture? Jeez. Trying to see exactly if I can get this to be square. All right, no, this is looking like a travesty, but let's see what it looks like in game. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? This is so weird, dude. It's wonky, but I kind of do. I like the vibe of the front. I think the wood plus metal plus glass kind of goes just like in the example. So maybe I want to lean in a little harder. This, of course, is going to be a doorway when we, get going. But I'm just trying to see like how this is even gonna look or work. Let's try this. Let's try it again. Oh, I guess I should just do like hue projection now I think about it. Oh wow, that looks pretty good actually. That looks kind of crazy good. Well, maybe not crazy good. Maybe not crazy good, but I like it. I don't know. I kind of like at least that I was trying for this. I think I have to design it a little bit more. Yeah, maybe not crazy good. Maybe just crazy and good, or maybe good crazy. Maybe good crazy. It's not crazy good. It's just crazy. I think I kind of like that part of the building, so I kind of want to lean harder into it, I think. Let's extend this roof back like that. Yeah, I kind of like it. Let me see. That looks a lot better, actually. I mean, I think the bricks were too small. I think making them bigger kind of makes everything kind of piece together a little better. Let's see. Maybe that should just be there, and this should be wood still. In fact, maybe this entire section should be wood. No. Maybe? Maybe, like, what if, just hold on. Oh, what if we did something like that and then, like, pulled this, hold on. Let me get rid of this. Pull these up like this. Pull this dude up like that. Well, maybe we don't even need to. Well, no, let's yeah. This distance. Okay, and then oh, it's not separated. Okay. This is kind of getting kind of dope, actually. I really like this overhang. It has a very university feel to it. A very, like, modern there we go. Distance, can we get like 0.01? Can we get 0.1? There we go. That should be good. That looks very cool. Thanks. Yeah, I kind of feel like adding some verticality is what I was missing. It felt a little plain, but this feels a little better. You can lower that a little bit. Make it a little bit more even. This section could be something else. This middle section. There we go. we go glass blocks? We can't go all glass blocks. Nah. Bricks. I guess we could just go back to bricks. That's fine. I feel like the brick is too like plain, but I like this. I like this. This is shaping up. This feels interesting. I like it. I feel like I'm working as I'm working on it. It's feeling more and more like a space. It's feeling more and more like an actual space that people would like at least attempt to enter. It feels correct. This is too thin, I think. This area is too, the entryway is too like plain and thin. So we'll stretch it out a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's make it, let's do some other stuff. We're gonna make this grass instead. It's gonna be, try something. Actually, let me see. It might have been good where it was. I don't remember why I did this the way I did it, but I'm like, why did I do this the way I did it? We will vertex paint this as being dark gray for street. I guess I should have painted everything dark gray now that I think about it. I just did the one thing. This entire area is supposed to be like a parking lot. There we go. When you add some trash cans and tables around, it looked much more finished. Yeah, I think you're right. That looks pretty good. I thought they shared meshes. Do they not? They do not. Okay. That's news to me. I guess we don't need to make it like do so much extra stuff. We can just kind of, for now, while we're trying to like understand how this works. Vertex paint, what's this looking like again? I think it's too dark. Let's go for a brighter one. Yeah, it's better. There we go. Okay, this is parking lot, like asphalt. Here's grass. Okay. I think we need some sort of like other material, but this is like for the top and bottom, but this is, I think, pretty good. Definitely feels like some sort of space. Yeah, okay, this is pretty good. I'm happy with this so far. We can leave this running actually while we work on this. Okay, so let's add like some road markings. Well, actually, I guess this is a parking lot, right? So it's supposed to be. I guess we can make this separate because we have to. Yeah, we can make it separate. That's fine because then we could do something like this. Grass can be here too, say. And then we can like. Are these too big? No, I guess these lines are about correct. Oh, you can see me step up onto the line because it's a physical thing. That's kind of dope. So we don't need it to be physical. Okay. Yeah, it probably would be easier if this filled a whole area like that. There we go. And this can go here, and this can go here. Oh, then this goes like that. There we go. This is kind of shaping up. This is a little bright, but I mean overall this is pretty good. Yeah, I think the asphalt is probably too bright, and I'm dark, and the that's a little better, and the lines are a little too bright, so we can fix that a little bit. Maybe we can go for this, like let's go with the orange or yellow. Not that bright. Actually, I'm gonna go for a color that's not usually seen. Kind of like that. maybe a purple or something, but yeah, it's not bad. Not perfect, but not bad. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Blue doesn't really work. Let's go for yellow, I guess. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe there's a highway here, which is just more asphalt, naturally. Something like this could be the road markings. And verticality would be good too, but for now I'm not worried about that. Not so worried about that. We can just do something like boop, boop. There we go. Okay, all right. Some issues here and there, but overall, this is getting there. We can subdivide this. Max could be like half. There we go. This is kind of dope. It's a little dope. This probably should be like this. It should be ground. Asphalt. That's the word I'm thinking of. This would be grass. There you go. I feel like this would probably be dirt, not just immediate grass. Also, there would be some kind of fence or something to keep you from just like wandering onto the thing. Feels like a ditch would be good here. A ditch of some description. I'm not sure if I have any dirt, but we'll see. Asphalt is only black when new or wet. With time it gets kind of gray. I don't know why. Huh. Interesting. That does explain why it looks too pristine. You're right. It should be darker. I mean, lighter. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this, move it down. Not that much. That's one. Yeah, we'll take it down just like a little bit. A ditch with one of those huge circular sewer pipes that beckon you to explore in. Oh yeah, that would be good. That would definitely be on brand. Just has to be a little bit more aggressive than this. A little more like that. Even Blender has Z fighting here. There we go. Okay, we're gonna make this dirt. We do not have dirt. Okay. Do I have dirt? Let me see. With a lot gate. Yeah, like a fence. Do I have dirt? Doesn't seem like I do. Do I have dirt at all? Surely I have dirt. Oh, I think I'm actually in. Yeah, I'm in here. Okay, well here's some dirt. I mean that's dried and cracked, and it does fit, you know, dirt, but it doesn't feel very dirty. Maybe we can kind of punch it up a little bit. Excuse me. Something's tickling my nose. Tickling me nose. It's tickling me nose. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can kind of punch this up in GIMP a little bit. Maybe make it a little brighter color-wise. That helps out a lot. It might be just kind of overexposed a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's probably fine. We can kick this down to 256 by 256, and we'll call it dirt. That's fine. That might be fine. We'll see. I think it might be too big. Yeah, we'll see when we get there. Image open. Dirt. Oh yeah, here's the ditch. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. I think we want to do a couple things. I think we probably want this to be a little bit more aggressive. And we probably want it to level out a little bit less smoothly. Something like that. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do for blending textures, but for now this is fine. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to level out really. It could be flat. This is pretty good. Looks like concrete, maybe a bit more brown. Yeah, you're right. I think the street is way too big too. It should be more of a 2-lane highway. This is like 6 lanes, 8 lanes, something. Car. Like it's like 3.5 lanes. It's too big. I want you to be able to basically see the rest stop from the road, which makes sense, right? Although if you couldn't see the rest stop from the road, the fog would kind of make sense. It's like, oh well, it's supposed to be foggy. So we will adjust this thusly. Actually, we can just do it like this. We'll take a car. put it here. Take another car, put it there. That's the size of our street, of our highway. Am I not Alt-D'ing these? Like, why do they always have their own meshes? Did I not do what I thought I did? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why it wasn't working the way I thought it would. In any case, this needs to be its own thing anyway. So this is gonna be here. I guess we can put the dish. Well, actually, we can just do it like this. We grab this, move it here like this. This becomes. Okay, what? Cube projection 4. This can be cube projection 2. Right. There we go. Oh, did I? So I must have quit. I must have like duplicated triangles or something. This is about right because I want you to be able to see the rest stop, right? Okay, that's pretty good. Did I? No, did I duplicate? Oh, I did. I did. Okay. I must have like inset by mistake. We'll stop there. All right. Projection 4, projection 2. Save. That's better. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe the dirt. I think, like you said, it could be more brown. It also is too big. I think again, it's also not small enough, which is an interesting problem to have, where it's both too big and too small. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take just a piece of this. Render map housings. That's fine. And then we can also tweak the colors a little bit, make it a little bit more dirt-like. That's pretty good. There we go. That's a little better, yeah. Yeah, that's better. That's considerably better. We could make it smaller, I think. Which means, didn't I say we wanted to make it smaller? I think I said we need to make it bigger and smaller. I think I mean something like this. Can we like tile, automatically tile? Paper tile? Oh no. Tasking list, map object, tile. Yeah, okay, perfect. Oh wait, let me undo. Can I just make the new tile this? The new image that? There we go, export that. Well, this is fine, I think. This is fine for now. This is feeling like it's actually shaping up. Like the concept feels pretty solid. I think there's still a lot to do. It's still not perfect by any means, or you know, there's a lot of problems. I don't like how like solid these lines are. I want them to be different in some way. How, I don't quite know. I like the car. I like how like crappy it is. I've fallen in love with this little car. It's so like dumb. It's such a dumb car. It's just like it's like a car us preschooler would draw, but in 3D. It's just like it's a car, I guess. I like it. I like how simple and stupid it is. Like it doesn't even match with like the aesthetics of the rest of the game world, but I still love it because it's just so. It's like a car. It's so cartoony, I guess is the feeling. It's just a cartoon car. Also, it's kind of wild that like at some point, like the Tetra 3D as a renderer like does, like you. I'm looking at this and I know I'm making this in Tetra 3D, but I like don't remember. Like there's no longer any like draw issues, rendering issues, or Z fighting or anything for at least solid objects. So it's like it's kind of wild to like look at this car, and no matter what angle I look at it, there's no like triangles that are like, oh, you can see the back window through the front window or something. I mean, like, it's a simple thing, but it just looks like a completely normal 3D car. Joel says the texture of the highway is perfect. Fantastic. I think the orange lines are a little thick, and this shouldn't be this close to the edge. It needs to be over. But overall, this is pretty good. Yeah, I think this is not bad. I still think the orange is too like solid. It's too solid of a solid line. Some noise in the edges of the yellow line could add more variation. I was thinking that, but I also feel like it's not just the edge, like an alpha cutout, although that might help. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just need to. I mean, it won't work. No, I guess it could work. Yeah, that might work. What's my frame time limit looking like? 4 to 6 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds, 6 milliseconds. All right, so that's not great, of course, but like this is doable. It will be a lot better once I do the automatic tessellation. I think it'll be better in practice because the more objects it can render, the more triangles it can render without tessellating, the better the outcome, of course. Also could just lessen the draw distance, because once you're standing at the highway, Yeah, I think I could probably lessen the draw distance and make the fog more aggressive, and get basically better results while drawing less, because it's a linear thing. Or wait, and maybe it's not linear. Let me go back to 30 meters max, which is 90 feet, and then go to here. And yeah, it starts at 26% and goes to 84%. We're just going to go to 100% on the fog distance. And you probably get about the same, more or less. Nah, it's more aggressive, but that's okay. We've gone down in frame time maybe a little bit, maybe 1 millisecond on average. Now it's like 3 to 4, but from the highway it's a little high. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So far, I think these are too close to these yellow lines. We could put some trees out here. This is like now I'm kind of getting into world building, the world building phase, and it feels pretty good to like actually be building a world. I don't know. This feels pretty solid. This building is massive. It's absolutely massive. But I kind of want you to feel. I kind of want it to feel a little massive. I think it's a little too vertical now. Like this is like a towering kind of aesthetic. This feels more about right for people to be in. So we'll see. I think I probably shouldn't worry too much about the aesthetics or the design of the building until I get into the inside of the building. Then I feel like once I know like what the inside of the building is going to be like and how, what you're going to have in there and what the design of the inside is, then I feel like it would be a little easier to design the outside. But yeah, this is pretty solid. We can put some trees down. Why not? Oh, I didn't actually. I added the object, but I didn't create a collection for it here. No idea how this is gonna actually perform. These trees are a little heavy, but we'll see. Okay, not bad, not bad. I feel like they're a little short, but overall, these are some trees. These are definitely some trees that are treeing around. Joel Schultz says, feels good to see your software working at the end. I cry a little sometimes. Yeah, it's something else. It's something else to see your software work. I don't like the alpha effect on the edges. The gray, the light parts of the leaves. But yeah, this is not bad. I think it would look a lot better with linear filtering, I think, for PS1 aesthetics, but this is pretty solid. Like, there's so many pixels. So it's such a like a pixely game. Let's see what it would be like if we increase the resolution by 2. There we go. So it's a 720p game. Needs a little path through the trees with dirt. That's true. Yeah, this is the early 3D is weird, dude. Like the early 3D look is kind of wild. I can see how you could easily get lost in fog like this. It's also wild that this is just 720p. It doesn't even feel like it feels high def. What would 1440p look like? Like it feels so high def already. Yeah, the frame time tanks. Is like 30 FPS because it's probably it has to composite so much larger of a screen texture. I can hear my computer a little bit more. It's not insane. Let me see something. Hold on. NVIDIA SMI says it's still only 240. It's still only 240 megabytes of RAM of VRAM, but its GPU is at 76%. So it's not able to take rendering this scene at 1440p at 60 FPS. It's pretty interesting. I'm thrashing the GPU. But it's interesting that like there's a huge difference from 360p to 720p, but not that much from 720p to 1440p. It's just like like you can't really see it that much. Let me see. This is mildly better, not by even that much. Oh, the game takes 30 megabytes of VRAM now. But yeah, it's still like 66% on the GPU. So I'm wondering, I guess just sending the texture to VRAM, the screen texture rendering, that's what's taking so much time. Well, I guess we'll see. Or not we will see, but I guess I may see over time. Like maybe I'll eventually get into it. But for now, it seems like Tetra 3D is basically a low resolution engine of 720p and below. That's the ideal target resolutions. You can target higher resolutions, but the amount of things you can do with Tetra 3D drops the more resolution the higher the resolution you go with. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with this. I made some progress, not a lot, but at the very least, I came up with through examination of other people's documentation of the PS1 and their own fan renderers and things. It's interesting to like find out that the PS1 probably had the same problem I have with my renderer. They just solved it by automatically tessellating objects that get close to the camera, tessellating triangles that get close to the camera like this, but more effectively. So it's like, oh, it's not that much. It's not that complicated. It's interesting. This is interesting. A sign. We could put the bulletin board and some benches out here. Let's do it. Let's put the bulletin board here. Let's put a stone bench here. Yeah, man. Because it's fine. Something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yo, let's do like a shadow. I'm not sure if I can actually do, I don't think I can do it here the way I'd like. So let me flip him. Or I can't do it that easily, I guess. So we'll do it here instead. This should work. Let's see if this works the way I'd like it to. I guess that's fine. Let's see. Let me just do that real quick so I can see how this actually works. Okay, so I think it needs to be like... Okay. It's better. I think it needs to rotate. I think. Actually, I guess it's fine the way it is. We just need to maybe do something like that. No, I think it needs to rotate. Like, I am rotating it, right? Let's see. That's good. We want it to be, I guess, shadeless and I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like it's too dark for one thing. Maybe, I guess we can just say like light shadow or something, and then put the alpha like low. That's better. That's pretty good actually. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, okay. Let's see. What if we went back to this? Did this, put this here. And we made this no bounds visible. Oops. Okay, now we can go ahead and grab this. Something like that. That's pretty good actually. It's a very light effect, but it does actually work pretty well. Yeah. PS1 boy, let's go. It's not perfect, but this is pretty good. This is actually pretty good. I'll do the same thing under there. I guess we could probably make it look better by doing something like this. Let's delete these vertices real quick. Unwrap. UV editing. You mean projecting? Okay. Now let's go back here. We'll make a 9 patch like that. There we go. No, why didn't it work? Oh. Okay, so then after this we can subdivide it. That looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty dang good. We could probably like kick it in a little bit. Yeah. The soft shadows on a PS1 game. The soft shadows. You're telling what? PS1 game with soft shadows? What kind of how to? I'm just having a little fun with this. This is pretty good. I'm happy with this. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that, dude. That like grounds the benches. This is wild. This is such a wild thing to be able to make in Go with a 2D rendering library. This is so wild. Put one under the player. I should. That would help, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm glad I streamed today. I was feeling down, and now I'm feeling pretty good. This feels so cool. I don't know. This feels like a real space that I'm exploring. Like, and I'll just keep working on it and make it more and more interesting. Let's put grass out in the back. Something like this. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So this will extend probably out around, but it's not that important until we get a. We could put a back door or something here too. It's not that important until we get. Yeah, until we know kind of what the building's gonna look like. But overall, this is pretty good. I feel like they should have a fence or something. Because I feel like being able to just walk up on the glass does not feel. Kimochi warui, is that right? Kimochi warui, it feels bad. Let me see. Let me look it up. How disgusting. It was a bad feeling. Yeah, Kimochi warui. Yeah, it feels bad to just be able to walk up on the glass. I don't know. It's very, very negative. But this feels pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. This is cool, dude. We could put like maybe a pond, not a pond, a fountain. Well, we're not trying to make it like super interesting, right? Because this is supposed to be a rest stop in the middle of nowhere. Where do they get the money for like a fountain? Like, it can't be like a shopping center. I mean, I guess it could be. So maybe we'll put a fountain here. Maybe we put a fountain and with particles that like spray out. That would be fun. Little square particles, yeah. Something like that. And then you can go inside this. You can go across the street. Maybe across the street is a restaurant or something. And they'll challenge you to a speed eating contest. That sounds fun. Something that you have, like mash. You mash E or something. That sounds fun. Let me add that to the list of things to do. Yeah. So level of detail, I might want to implement that at some stage. Because I can see that easily being something useful right about now. Because like these trees aren't like super high poly, but it definitely looks like they could be like rendered out as imposters essentially. Snowmeek says looks a bit like the library in my town, which has a parking garage underneath it. Parking garage. That sounds interesting, actually. So it would have to, I guess it comes out. Well, no. Well, a rest stop would never have a parking garage. That's the anti rest stop is a parking garage, because then you're going there. I don't think they would have one. Well, I mean, maybe. Nah, I can't put a parking garage. I mean, that would be dope. It is vibes. Maybe some other place can have a parking garage. Maybe across the street. This a restaurant over here or something could have a parking garage, or maybe just an abandoned building, an abandoned office building has a connected parking garage, and that's how you get in. It's an idea. That's somewhere to explore, somewhere to go. This is cool. I like this. I think I'm gonna make the fog a little bit more aggressive, like this. There we go. Because it's a first-person game, so the fog could start earlier. This is so cool. I don't know. I don't know why I'm finding it so fun. I'm just finding it fun. I can't even explain it myself. Oh, these are like up one. They're up a little bit. There you go. Oh, the grass is different densities. Did I not Alt D this? I don't understand. I keep like Alt D'ing. What? Why? How? I swear. Oh, they become their own mesh, don't they? Okay, I found a bug. I'm like, how does this keep happening? It's because auto subdivide is turned on, and if a mesh is like auto subdivided, that would also explain. Yeah, okay, that makes a little sense. Let me see. Okay. Original mesh equals mesh. Nobody data copy. We only really want to do one of these. We only want to do the original. I guess we could make it obj.data. Really, we want auto subdivides to be a dictionary. Then we can say obj.data. That name. That mesh size. Mesh size. Because then things will only be subdivided once. So after we subdivide it, what do we do? Oh, I see. We apply it to the original mesh. Okay. I have to think about this some more. Somink says, do you have the ability to change the fog to be heavy outside and then once inside change it? Yeah, I'm not sure if they would be on the same scene. They might be in different scenes entirely. But yeah, I could change the fog in game. So this is a bug that I'll have to fix, where basically like objects are being duplicated, their meshes are being duplicated even though I don't need them to be. So I'll look into this later because this is going to be, I gotta think about the design of this some more, about how this code works and what it needs to do. But this has been fun. We've made a lot of progress, surprisingly, and there's a lot of stuff to do. I have a lot to do, but it's shaping up. It's looking pretty fun. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, that shadow is just, it's so cool. It's so cool. I know it's you know, super trivial, super simple, but it still is very convincing. Like you may not know, like where, how did he make this? How, you know, is this Unity? Is it Unity? What? And it's like, nah, dude, it's a homemade renderer, bro. This is pretty dope. Anyway, I'm happy. I think I'm having a good day now. Well, I was having a good day before, but I was just tired. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLune. It's been very fun to stream. Sorry for coming on a little bit late today. I'll see if I can stream again tomorrow or Friday. And thank you very much for watching. It's been real. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. And if you want to support development, please check out the links in the description. Check out my Patreon, my itch page, all that stuff. Master plan, all that stuff. All right. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.